critics have tried to explain away repeated sightings of a dinosaur-like creature luxuriating in Scottish waters. Nessie, as she's hailed, some kind of aquatic dinosaur suspended in time, or merely B.J. Lieberman, who writes our theme music. But now comes a theory advanced by a team of researchers from New Zealand. They say Nessie could be just a big old eel, maybe lots of smaller ones. Scientists say they've tried to catalog all living species in the loch using DNA and found some 3,000 of them. They didn't snag a single giant reptile, but a great many eel. Geneticist Neil Gemmell told a press conference that some of those eels could be really big, but, you know, he didn't conclusively rule out Nessie either, saying there may well be a monster in Loch Ness. We didn't find it. So the legend continues. Remember the olden days before the internet? How did people keep up with news about UFOs, time travelers, and paranormal? Art Bell, from the late night AM radio airwaves.
Well, folks, you're not going to believe this, but I have on the phone the author of the facts about Bigfoot.
In fact, now you can spend hours and hours hearing all kinds of news of the weird. The Art Bell Vault is now online, curated by Coast to Coast AM. Andrew Paul writes about this treasure trove in an article on AV Club, and he joins us from the studios of member station WJSU in Jackson, Mississippi. Mr. Paul, thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This is NPR, so we have to pretend people, NPR listeners, never heard of Art Bell. So could you go along with that and tell us what his radio show was like?
Sure, yeah, just in case no one was aware of who he was. Art Bell was a longtime radio personality who got his start, I believe, the late 70s and kept going through. And then about 88 or so, mid-80s, he started Coast to Coast AM, which was a late-night showcase. Anybody could call in at any time, and he would listen to him and let him talk about whatever topics of was the episode, be it UFOs over their backyards, or I believe there's an episode about a man claiming to have shot a Bigfoot at one point.
The organs, everything, it was just like a human body with hair on it.
Oh, that was going to be my question. It was covered with hair.
Right, it had a kind of a brownish red hair.
I mean, it would not be uncommon for someone to say, "Hi, Art, I'm just back from Mars and thought I'd tell you about it."
Yeah, or Mars, not necessarily geographic either. This could be different dimensions, different time periods. I believe there's at least one time travel. I would assume more.
Hello?
Yes, my name is Robert, and I am not quite a time traveler. I'm from a little bit different dimension than yours.
It should be said, there were people who passionately believed in this nonsense.
Absolutely, yeah, and I'd say even maybe Art Bell would take umbrage with nonsense, at least in some sense. No pun intended there, but he was definitely a skeptical mind. It wasn't that he was, fully on board with anything, but he definitely was open to hearing people's stories and their opinions on various phenomena that were unexplainable or unreal, depending on how you want to view it.
And I gather Mr. Bell left us last year.
He did. He passed away in keeping with his legacy on a Friday the 13th of April. So, yeah, true to the end, I would say.
So what's the difference between the Art Bell Show and conspiracy theories in broadcasting and online today, like Alex Jones?
Yeah, that's the main thing that I find interesting about it, is that the time period Art Bell was doing his thing was, I wouldn't go so far as to say it was innocuous, but it was a much, it was still relatively relegated to the fringe of American culture. The difference was that I believe he, in some ways, applied a more classic journalistic edge to it. So it's unlike today, when you have things like Alex Jones and stuff that are not only pushing things actively that are dangerous and disseminated on much larger scales. There's also that sense of profiteering that I don't think Art Bell necessarily had. He in no way probably made the same amount of money that Alex Jones got through licensing his brain force pills or whatever he was peddling that week.
Andrew Paul speaking to us about the Art Bell Vault, now available on coasttocoastam.com. Thanks so much, and keep watching the skies.
Thank you.
This is Weekend Edition from NPR News. I'm Scott Simon.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from Capital One, offering a variety of credit card options with features for a range of customers, from foodies to travelers. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Credit approval required. Capital One Bank, USA, NA. And from Visit St. Petersburg Clearwater along Florida's Gulf Coast, offering artistic draws, including St. Pete's Dali Museum, the Chihuly Collection, and the Museum of Fine Arts. More at visitstpclearwater.com.
8:58 on this Saturday morning. We're introducing a new show on Saturdays, Hidden Brain, using science and storytelling to reveal the unconscious patterns that drive human behavior and the biases that shape our choices. This week, Hidden Brain explores the deep roots of fake news. That's today at 2 o'clock on WHYY.
Supporting WHYY, Mount Cuba Center, a beautiful botanical garden in Hockessin, Delaware, invites listeners to celebrate Grandparents' Day this Sunday, September 8th. Grandparents will be Mount Cuba's guests when visiting with a grandchild and can experience the beauty of the fall gardens and enjoy a hayride through the rolling hills of the Brandywine Valley. More information is available at mountcubacenter.org/WHYY. That's mtcubacenter.org/WHYY.
Hanging out with the WHYY Street Team today from 10 till 2 at the Delaware River Festival, featuring Camden Jam at Wiggins Park in Camden, New Jersey. Stop by the WHYY tent to learn about local programs and spin the wheel for some cool prizes.
This is WHYY FM Philadelphia, WNJN FM 89.7 Atlantic City, WNJZ 90.3 Cape May Courthouse, WNJB FM 89.3 Bridgeton, WNJM 89.9 Manahawkin, and WNJS FM 88.1 Berlin.
An absolutely delightful day out there. We have 60 degrees and sunshine, 9 o'clock. You're listening to Weekend Edition on 90.9 WHYY.
From NPR News in Washington, D.C., this is Weekend Edition. In this hour, a man who survived Hurricane Dorian with his family tells us of the terror of those hours and their hopes for the future. Ronan Farrow and his investigation into the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and the MIT Media Lab. More than 30 years after she published A Handmaid's Tale, Margaret Atwood has written a sequel.
It seemed like time. For a while we thought we were moving away from The Handmaid's Tale. And then we turned around and started going back towards it.
At last, the sequel that's not from Disney. The incomparable Margaret Atwood this hour. First, we have our newscast. Today is Saturday, September 7th, 2019.
Services at Hahnemann Hospital have been winding down over the past few months. Friday was scheduled to be its last day doing business, which the Pennsylvania Department of Health confirmed. But WHYY's Nina Feldman, who was there yesterday, reports that there was still a lot of activity in the building, and it didn't show any signs of things winding down.
The main entrance to Hahnemann is closed, but there's a sign pointing visitors to a door on the block where doctors, nurses, and patients were still coming in and out. Robin Moses was at the hospital for an OBGYN appointment. Moses said she heard this was her second to last appointment at the hospital. A lot of people were coming to visit an agency that offers workers' compensation services and drug testing. That company said as far as they knew, they'd be open for business on Monday, too. Nina Feldman, WHYY News.
And the first woman to lead Delaware State University as president retirement after a little more than a year in the role. Wilma Misso announced she'll retire at the end of December. Tony Allen, the current executive vice president and provost of the university, will take over. Sports. The Phils lose to the Mets in New York last night on a walk-off walk in the ninth. As the Mets go at it again tonight, Drew Smedley against the Phils. Checking the forecast for a mainly sunny day today. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Tonight, partly cloudy. Lows in the low 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Highs in the low 80s. Then on Monday, partly cloudy skies with highs in the upper 70s. Tuesday, cloudy and 80. Currently 64 degrees and sunshine at 9:06. You're listening to Weekend Edition on 90.9 WHYY.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include the Doris Duke Charitable Foundation, whose sickle cell disease advancing cures